What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. We just got wrapped up making a video in regards to the Law and Beppo character. We're here to talk about Kid and Killer. Now, I have not read a single thing about this unit aside from their classes and colors. This is a dual unit, by the way. Law and Beppo also were a dual unit. If you want to see my full breakdown and my thoughts and opinions about that character, go check out the latest video on the channel. But now we're going to be talking about Kid and Killer. Let's see what they have in store for us. I'm excited to see it. Hopefully, they got some cool things going on. I immediately see that they're a final tap character, so that gets me a little concerned. So you've got the fact that this is a driven powerhouse character. Surprise, surprise. I mean, it is interesting, actually, that it's driven and powerhouse. Was kind of expecting driven striker. Kid is int. Killer is dex. Let's go ahead and move on to their captain ability. So the captain is going to give -1 cooldown, dex, int, and driven get 1.3 health, 5.5 attack, and then boost their attack by 6 times when they have a tandem, a bomb, or a super bomb slot. Also, quick slots become bomb slots. I like that. Slightly increases the chances of landing a quick slot. Makes bomb, super bomb have matching slot effects, and makes bomb and super bomb deal 0 damage to the crew. This is already looking very straightforward so far, as in normal Kid characters. Let's see what actually is going on here. Let's see some interesting effects. If you tap on this character with a tandem, bomb, or super bomb slot, it will apply the effect of deals 200 times this character's attack in non-type damage to all enemies at the end of the turn for 3 turns. Oh, that's spicy. That's a real spicy effect. It's kind of like shooting the bomb back at the opponent almost. Okay, so if you tap with bomb, super bomb, or tandem, you go ahead and do end of turn damage. Now, you do have to be very careful because this type of effect could kind of ruin your stalling, so you do have to be kind of cautious in a way. But this is the dual captain effect, so the solo captain effects are not going to be as good as this, but interesting nonetheless. And then it says, changes crew's attack multiplier of tandem, bomb, and super bomb to 2.5 when slots match. Oh, what? Okay, so this is all occurring when you tap with tandem, bomb, and super bomb. You do the end of turn damage for 3 turns, and it will also go ahead and change the multiplier of tandem, bomb, and super bomb to 2.5 when they're a matching slot for 1 turn. Damn, that's kind of spicy, man. That's a really good effect. Damn. Alright. I kind of dig that. This is a good captain ability. I will admit, though, that it's like super offensively focused when if you compare this captain effect to what we just experienced with Law and Beppo. Law and Beppo had some interesting things going on as well. However, they also had the effect in their captain that would remove 10 turns of special reverse. So the fact that that character has that really key piece of utility, in my opinion, is a little bit better than what you're seeing here. But it depends on the situation, it depends on the content. You know, if the opponent has a lot of random mob characters that surround them, this could be very good to get around that. Or, you know, if they have resilience, you can use this captain effect to just bypass that resilience, which is also really cool. So, captain ability is good. I like it's just bringing unique stuff to the game, which I think is cool. Like, this is some unique stuff going on with their bottom part of their captain effect. So, I don't really have any issues with that. It's just interesting, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to their special, which looks incredibly long. Very similar to Law and Beppo. You need to go ahead and use their super switch to combine them. And then when you do that, their special will have an enhanced effect when they're already in their dual unit. So let's see what the fully buffed special is. I assume it's a 6-turn super swap. Yes, it is. It's the same as the other characters. Okay. So, if you use the special in the dual form, 200 times their attack and non-type damage to all enemies, ignoring all defensive effects in defense. Fair enough. Reduces cooldown by 2 turns. I like that. Reduces rainbow shield by 7. If you have a color affinity boost when you launch the special, dex, int, and driven get a tap timing chain boost of up to 0.6 per perfect for 2 turns. Okay. So if you have color affinity boost, you get a tap timing chain boost for 2 turns. Then it will also say it sets the chain multiplier minimum for 2 turns based on the amount of status effects applied on the enemy. Okay, so this is going back to Dofi Sugar and Moria and Perona. So the more debuffs on the opponent when you launch the special, the better your chain boundary will be. So at a bare minimum, you're already getting a 2.5 chain boundary for 2 turns. It can be 2.5, it can be 3.0, or a 3.25 chain boundary. But then again, okay, yeah, I was going to say, does it have a maximum value? Yeah, it caps at 30. So this is a very good chain boundary for sure. So yeah, for 2 turns. And then it says after that, so you will also get a Dex, Int, and Driven color affinity boost, 2.5 for 2 turns, extend the duration of the color affinity boost by 1 turn, and further increases the effect by 0.3. Okay, so straight up, it's a 2.8 color affinity boost for 3 turns, and extends the duration of chain locks as well. Extend the duration of Crew's chain lock multiplier effect by 1 turn, and give a 0.25. So yeah, this is crazy actually. So you are getting, at a bare minimum, a 2.75 chain boundary, but it can go all the way up to 3.75 chain boundary. So when you use the special, we're gonna run this back. There's a lot to go here, okay? So you get 200 times attack in damage to all enemies. You get -2 turns of cooldown, 7 turn removal of Rainbow Shield. Then it says if you have color affinity already, you get tap timing chain for 2 turns for 0.6 for your Dex, Int, Driven. But then it says if you don't have color affinity, then you just don't get that effect, right? But then when you launch the special, you get a chain boundary, and it actually is for 3 turns based on the number of debuffs on the opponent, which can be ranging from 2.75 to 3.5, I think it is. Yes. And then also says that you get a 2.8 color affinity boost, also for 3 turns. So you're getting a lot of buffs from their special here. A lot of buffs. Like, even if you're not really giving many debuffs for the opponent to, like, get the most out of this is still very, very good. I like this a lot. This is a very powerful special, for sure. I like this special a lot more than what Law and Beppo were doing, for sure. I think this is a better special. But man, yeah, that's very, very strong. So far, lots of things happening here. Lots of things, okay? We've got the Crewmate ability. Bomb and Super Bomb are matching, and then reduces their own special reverse by 2. Reduces their own special charge by 1 turn every time you receive damage. Okay, so they're very good at charging their special. So this switch effect, every time you switch, you can get this effect every single turn. Reduces threshold by 1. Dex, Int, and Driven get a 1.5 overwritable orb boost. It changes their own slot and adjacent slots into bomb, and makes bomb and super bomb matching. And you also get 10% Dex and Int resistance down. Now this is good actually. I'll tell you why this is very, very good. The way that the game codes for resistance down is that each individual class and color for resistance down counts as its own separate debuff. So whenever you activate this switch ability, you're already applying 2 debuffs on the opponent. And remember, resistance down goes through immunity. So it means that when you go ahead and launch this effect, you're already at like the highest value for this one. With 1 more debuff, you're already going to the next bracket of chain boundary, which is pretty good. Actually, now that I'm reading it, this is the same. 2.5 to 0 to 2, and then 2.5 to 3 to 5. So why isn't it just 2. This should be 2.75. This is definitely incorrect. This doesn't seem right. Okay, so that's interesting. But either way, just getting yourself to that next bracket very easily is a good thing. Now, this is just the normal switch. Let's have a look at the super switch. 3 turn removal of threshold. You get a 2 times Dex, Int, Driven orb boost for 1 turn that can be overwrite, plus a 0.25 extra. So it's a 2.25 orb boost that can be overwritten. It changes all slots, including block, into bomb, makes those ones matching, and then a 30% resistance down for Int and Dex, which is a very good resistance down, by the way, and then you become the dual unit for 3 turns. Yeah, it's a great effect here. Now, I'm gonna make a weird guess. I assume their final tap is just based on base attack boost, if it's gonna have synergy with Kid and Killer, so with Law and Beppo. So let's see here. At the final battle, and you have a tandem bomb or a super bomb. And, okay, it's not base attack boost, which is interesting. Further boost the chain multiplier of the final tap by 1.75. Okay, fair enough. Allows the crew's type effect boost effect to be further increased up to 2 times, and further increase the boost effect by 0.4. Ooh, okay. That's actually kind of spicy, because that means when you activate the effect here, so you're getting a 2.8 color affinity boost with their special ability for 3 turns, meaning that when you activate the final tap, it allows you to further buff affinity again, and then increases it by 0.4, which means your 2.8 color affinity goes to a 3.2 color affinity, whilst also getting a 1.75 chain multiplier buff on this character's final tap. I think this is a very creative way to do their final tap. I don't have any issues with it, but it's kind of the same issue that I kind of had with Law and Beppo is, yes, I do think these characters are actually pretty strong, but at the same time, we're very close to anniversary. You shouldn't be pulling on this kind of Siggo Fest, especially when you counter in the fact that these are generic end-of-month legend batches, meaning that once their banner concludes, these characters will be injected into regular red tickets on every event moving forward. So you do have to keep that in mind. So I don't think this is going to be one of these characters that you have to go ahead and go bankrupt for. But I do think that these effects are very strong, just I don't think it's kind of required. Although these are going to be good units for the new PKA season that is inevitably going to launch. So we'll wait and see how that kind of goes. I'm interested to see what they're going to do in Rumble though. Let's go ahead and have a look. So remember, they are a double character, so they are not considered a color in Rumble. They're considered driven and powerhouse only. They are a debuffer style unit. And their special ability, 31 CT. You target enemies in a large range for a level 10 attack down for 20 seconds. Then your powerhouse and cerebral enemies get a 20% CT delay, and then targets attack style enemies for 3.8 damage. I must admit, this is not a great special. This is like, it's fine. The damage is fine, but it only attacks attacker style units, so that's a kind of restrictive. The fact that this character has such a high special CT, and he targets these specific units for only a 20% delay, that's not really that good in my opinion. The attack down can kind of nerf the damage that you tank. I just feel like this character's trying to do too many things. It's like, you know, like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing, where he tries to do too much, but they really should have just honed in on doing a couple of specific things rather than try and do something like this. I don't think they did a very good job with this character's special ability. The Rumble ability though, let's have a look. Driven and powerhouse teammates get 5 health, 5 speed, 2 defense, and then powerhouse enemies level 6 attack down. That's a fine Rumble ability. I just don't think the special's very good. And then they do have their Grand Party stuff, so you have to deal 25k, and it targets all enemies for a special CT. Wow, oh, that's pretty good. And then targets attack style enemies for 100% chance of action bind, and then 2 enemies with low HP for... Okay, this is very good. And after I was talking all that smack about how bad this character was in Rumble, their Grand Party stuff is insane. Like, you could time this perfectly, so you could see, oh, my opponent is about to use their special. No, I'm just going to delay them. Target all enemies for a 30% delay. But then not only that, you also can nerf attack style units, and you can also go ahead and do 2 enemies, low HP, 3 times damage. And you can use it 4 times. And dealing 25,000 damage, like, you can hit that pretty quickly. I think this is a very good Grand Party ability. And they give buffs to Driven Powerhouse, as well as to Dex and Int characters as well. Well, for all the smack that I was talking about their generic kit, which I think is like just okay, their Grand Party stuff is actually surprisingly good. This is a surprisingly potent effect. It all comes down to how effectively you can reach that 25k threshold of damage. But I just from experience, I think that's not going to be that difficult to do. I think this is a pretty solid unit in Rumble, but that's my opinion. Let me know your opinion about this character down below in the comment section. Like, you got a really offensively focused captain effect. You have this special that can do a lot of different things. Damage, cooldown, removal of rainbow shield, tap timing, chain boost, color affinity boost, boundary, and those the affinity and boundary lasting for 3 turns is really, really good. Solid crewmate abilities, fantastic switch and super switch, and the final tap, which is also kind of interesting. But let me know your thoughts and opinions about Kid and Killer down below in the comment section. Are you guys going to be doing any pulls? I advise not to, but I think this character is interesting nonetheless. Hopefully you enjoyed the video though. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.